again, I'm Dr. Maurie Pressman, author of Living in the Supermind, and I would like to show you the cover of this book for a reason. This book really sits on top of my own journey, which really wouldn't make very much difference to you, except that inside of ourselves we are all very much alike. And what's happened to me is not so different from what can happen to you in terms of getting to know yourself, in terms of getting to find out what's holding you back, in terms of letting yourself grow yourself. Because, as I said the last time, we all carry within ourselves a super mind. Super meaning higher than, and the mind is really super, so immeasurably high that we can indeed perform miracles, some of which are being proven daily in the big quantum physics laboratories of the world. Anyhow, you, we, I, friends, all contain the supermind, and I would like to help you to find it within yourselves. It begins with knowing yourself, and the last time we talked about the fact that you really have two cameras within your eyes. One is looking out, just like the one that's looking out at me right now, and the other is looking within, meaning inside of yourself, meaning in terms of how you feel about yourself, meaning in terms of how you think about yourself, meaning in terms of the smallest feelings and the largest feelings you have. As we said the last time, we're taught sort of to ignore those inside feelings, and yet that's where the great power lies. A power which is every day again being proven by quantum physics. I won't go into quantum physics, but I'll tell you that it is being proven that we can see across the country with our inner eyes, the technique which is being used by our military and by the Russian military. We can move things with our minds. We can change the healing of our body, even the shape of our body, with our minds and how our minds think. All of these things indicate that we have not only a mind, but a super mind. Today, I'd really like to talk about what's keeping you, what's keeping us from finding it. And it is, above all, the fact that we're taught to keep that camera looking outside. I've been just told to smile, so I will, and I'll be thankful for it, and I'll ask for the reminder again. In any case, here we are. The big problem is that we're really taught to look outside. We're made to think that if we talk too much about our feelings that we're being narcissistic. If we talk too much about our feelings or express ourselves, we're being funny, flaky, strange. But the more you can become aware of your feelings, the more you can know what's holding you back. So let me give you an example from my patients. I have a very brilliant patient, always the star of his class, primary wrestler, head of a business that was failing that became very successful. He started another, became successful again and again and again. The man of true genius. He's got a good heart, but it's never enough. He's always feeling as if he's to blame for something. He's always feeling as if he's failed. He's always ready to criticize himself. This is something implanted in him by his early education, meaning how his father, who loved him, treated him. His father expected more and more of him. It was never enough. So there was inbuilt into him this feeling of, I haven't done enough, I failed again. It's not that the feeling was there, it's that it was hidden from him because, in fact, it was so opposite of the facts of who he is. He is this great achiever. He is this person that people really like, more than like, love. He is this person that accomplishes so much and does it for other people. All of these things are great things, but he has the feeling of, I'm not enough, I didn't do enough, they're going to criticize me. And it's all there because it's been kept hidden by a shield called a defense, keeping it locked up inside. In psychotherapy, we turn the camera inside, have people look at those things that are there in the way of talents and that are there in the way of obstructions, things that hold us back. He was not aware of how silly and how powerful this sense of self-criticism is. But the more we could shed light on it, and it comes from introspection, and it doesn't require a psychiatrist, although a psychotherapist can help. What it requires is being able to look inside and to know yourself, to know what you're good at and to honor it, to know what you love to do it and do it in a way that makes you happy and society happy, and to face with fierce courage, the things that you don't like to see about yourself so that you can transcend them, change them, break through into something better. The fact is that we're taught, if we're afraid, to look away, to distract, not think about it. But I would tell you that if you will look at your fears, and if they are irrational, as they so often are, as they were and are in this man whom I've just described, you will feel it, you'll absorb it, you'll feel terrible about it for a moment, and then you'll break through, just like an airplane breaking through clouds into sunshine. You'll not only break through, but you'll break through into a feeling of peace and the feeling of having more strength the next time you're confronting a fear, and more and more and more of your energy talents will be released. There is within you, there is within us, there is within all of us a gooder, G-O-O-D-E-R, part. A part which I call the soul, which is ready to rise up and to help us to become a better person. The more we watch and know those things which are holding us back. So, there you go. That's the beginning of knowing about the super and supermind that you carry. It begins with turning your eyes inward. It begins with taking time to know yourself. It takes time. It begins with taking time to know your assets and your loves and your talents, to take time to exercise them in a good way, and also to take time to face the part of you don't like and to change it, and then to become what you are, a natural good soul who is bound in love, in basic love with your fellow creatures.